Alright guys, well I went ahead and I got the motor pulled out of the frame here. I got all the air lines routed to where I can just easily air them up with an air hose, just so I can roll it around. But I got the bumpers off, got the tank off, all the valves basically on the back. Still got to take some of the front junk off there. But that's it right there. There's the aftermarket control arms. Now I'm gonna have to clean all this right here up where somebody's really rigged it up. I'm gonna brace it right there across it. Now when I Z the frame, I'm wanting to bring my front wheels forward about 1 inch. So right here with this line-up pole I'm going to use for both sides, I'm going to cut it at an angle, and as I slide the top of the frame, or the center of the frame here, forward, it's going to allow it to move up or forward just a hair so that my front wheels are a little bit better lined up. So I'm going to move it up and probably put the bottom of this at the center of this part of the frame as I slide it forward. And then right here, when I cut it, I'll do it the same exact way, but I'll be going the opposite direction on my angle. But that's it right there, the mounts. I've already done a V8 swap on a Ranger in the past, where I've just made a plate that the 5.0 Mountaineer engine will sit on and then mount to these. As for those there, I'm gonna have to cut them off and use the factory ones, because that's definitely not the way it's supposed to be done. Of course, there's my truck there, and that's with the torsion key cross member cut out as low as it can go and still have suspension travel in the front. And then on the rear of the bed, I've got 2-inch spacers there, or 3-inch. So even with 3-inch spacers, the truck is still not low enough. Still not low enough. So by looking at the frame that's sitting over there, this right here has got the same style frame horns. This is the bracket top and the bottom for the bumper on the 66 I'm making. So the center of my bumper is center with these holes here. So with the other frame all the way down, the bumper should be able to lay on the ground, but the fender won't here, and there should be enough room where this right here will lay almost on the ground. I want it to be at least 1 inch above the ground. I don't want the body, if an airbag ever blows, for it to just all come down all at once and mess up my rocker panels. But that's the update on that so far. Alright guys, I got my bumper off my 66 just sitting in place on this Ranger frame, and without even doing a Z, I'm going to go ahead and lower the front down and just see kind of how low it sits without Z-ing the frame. Alright guys, so there you go. Without Z-ing the frame, you can see that the bumper is sitting, well, this is my fist. It's sitting pretty low. So by Z-ing my frame, that will allow that bumper to lay completely on the ground. So that's the plan. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and add that the DJM suspension, here's the kit I ordered, and I'll go ahead and show you this. This frame already has the lower control arms from DJM on it. Here is the 2 stickers. Look at that, that'd be 5 more horsepower. But right here they are. These are specifically built for air ride trucks. So whenever it's up at an angle, your ball joint won't be in such of a bind, which is why they had to add to the top. But with these, you can see the angle where this one's straight, this one is at a curve. So that when the suspension is all the way down, you're straight up and down. Where that one, they had to rig this right here up just in order for that to work. Now you can buy these plates on eBay for like $120 to cut these off and extend them for this purpose. But if you do this, the geometry will never be correct, because it'll always pull your spindle in at the top when it can't be lined up correctly. So it's best to order these right here, these DJM upper control arms and your lower control arms, because it allows, with this bend, it allows your wheel to sit higher without actually having to put anything in a bind. So I can try to sit this level with that. You can't really tell, but these are really, really nice to have. I can't even remember what I paid for these things. I know they wasn't the cheapest thing on the market, but I do recommend those, because even if you don't plan on doing a Z on your frame, this thing right here lays frame. Of course, you can tell where there's a little bit of surface rust. It's been sitting on the frame for a while. But even if you don't want to Z the frame, you're going to be laying all the way on the center part of the frame without putting your upper control arm in a bind or any of your ball joints. But me, I want to Z mine just because I want to be able to have my suspension raised up higher without having it to be, well, what I mean, I want to be able to lower the truck all the way down without the bag being fully collapsed together on each other for it to be sitting. So with this being raised up higher and the frame being raised lower, it'll allow the center to actually sit higher off the ground when I'm lower, if it makes any sense to y'all.